Howdy folks, welcome back to 50 Nautical Mile Arc. Today is Friday the 13th, which means it's a lucky day. So I thought we would try our luck and fly into the Bermuda Triangle today. Our literal plan is to go from Miami Executive to Nassau, Bahamas, which means we'll be in the Bermuda Triangle pretty much the entire time. So we're going to try that. Also, I say Friday the 13th, that is Friday, April 13th. We're about to have a major snowstorm in Minnesota. So why not escape to somewhere warmer anyway? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to fly the Bermuda Triangle and fly to Bahamas. I've had this flight on my whiteboard for a couple years. I just haven't done it. And that's what I've been doing lately, is just going through some flights that I just haven't done. There's no reason for it. It's just other flights come up and I just randomly choose. So that's what we're going to do. As far as the risk of flying the Bermuda Triangle, the experts say it's just folklore, and the reason why there's so many disappearances and tragedies in the Bermuda Triangle is because it's very, very highly traveled. There's a lot of boat traffic, a lot of ship traffic, a lot of commercial airline traffic, and just there's so much of it that of course the chances of mysterious disappearances are going to go up. Just like they say you're most likely to get into an accident 20 miles from your home. Why? Because most people only drive 20 miles from their home. So I guess logically thinking, we have no risk of flying the Triangle today. Now, it's fun to think that there's a sunken hidden city and there's some paranormal activity causing all these disappearances. Sure, why not? Truth is, we'll never know. So, I don't know. I'm kind of like that with things. I love like these ideas and everything, and it's interesting, but we'll never know. So that's kind of frustrating. So I don't get too into it, you know. Is there something going on in the Triangle? I have no idea. Are there aliens? I have no idea. Are there government conspiracies? I have no idea. As interesting as it is, we'll never know. So I just get too anxious about not knowing or never knowing, so I just don't get into it. So anyway, we've circled the airplane a few times. We're just waiting for a passenger to show up. We are going to take a mother and her children today with us. They're trying to escape on a late spring break vacation. So we're just waiting for them to show up, and we will get them boarded and we'll be on our way. They have shown up, so we're going to have the mother and 2 children and a friend. Oh, that poor woman. Although I've done that before myself. I've taken 3 children, not even all my own, on vacations alone. And as a parent, you just do it. Not a big deal. Being a parent, you just do it, right? Your instinct kicks in, and you just learn to relax about certain things and keep them alive. If you come back alive, everything will be okay. At least that's how reasonable people see it. Whenever we have a babysitter, they ask if there's any special requests. I'm like, just keep them alive. Of course, they know I'm joking, and I know my babysitter's well, so just a joke we have. But let's give ourselves plenty of fuel in case we have to circle around or something. Alternate airports are quite some distance, so let's just give ourselves a lot of fuel. Alright, we did our people, we did our luggage, we did our fuel. Let's take our chocks off. There we go. And what are we going to do here? We're going to come in here and reset all of our stuff on our yoke, because that's strange how that works. Parking brake was already set. Now we're going to close the door from the inside. If we close the door from the outside, we can't get in, can we? Alright, what is next? Come down here and pull on our oxygen, like so. Oxygen source to normal. There we go. Bus ties to auto. And enunciator tests here. There it is. Alrighty. ELT set on for 1 second, and then arm in again. External lighting. We're going to turn this on now. I'm going to turn that on now. Up. Come on, there we go. The rest is other stuff we don't need to worry about. Interior lighting is bright daytime. We did do a night flight where we messed with all this lighting, and I showed you how that worked and how the override, that does not say overhead, but cabin override works and why and all that. We're not going to talk about that today because we have plenty of daylight. Gear, arm, 3 green. I forgot where that is. I'm sure they're oh, it's up here, I think. Yep, 3 green for gear. Fuel quantity check. Looks good to me. Alright, we are using real world weather today. So let's, where's my map? Why is my map popping up? There we go. Let's see, where are we? We need to check the airport weather. 3008. So, barometer, I think you can just type it in, or you can mouse wheel it, I think. I think the publisher told me you can just mouse wheel it. You can. Aerobask did watch one of my videos on this airplane, so thank you. If you're watching again, thank you again. And they gave me a few pointers, like you can mouse wheel all this stuff, or you can type it in, which I already knew, but I did not know about the mouse wheel thing, so that's awesome. Alright, so we are going to do our flight plan. I was going to do a practice flight, because it's been many, many months since I've flown this thing, but I'm like, you know, let's just go for it. This is the triangle after all. If we're not going to survive because of unexplained activity, I'd rather do it on camera than during my practice flights. So, let's see. I completely have to rethink this. It's been a really long time. Flight plan. Menu. Catalog. Here we go. I put it in here already ahead of time. Miami Executive to Nassau, Bahamas. Just click that. Activate. Yes. And now we have to do our approach arrival. I'm going to do it right now just because it's easier. And I can talk it out and I can be slow about it. And because of real world weather, we're going to use ILS, well not ILS 14, we're going to use RNAV 14. But we will tune in the ILS just in case. There's no star, that makes it super easy. Oh, what approach do we want? Shoot, we need to back out of this a second. Because I need to check my map. Which is going to be a chart. And we have to... Oh boy. Do I have this? Like, I normally don't do it this way, but we're going to MYNN. There we go. Fast find. There we go. Approaches. We're going to do RNAV 14. Okay, so what approach do we want? We want Lapsy or Relv, because we're not coming from here. We're going to do either Relv or Lapsy, whatever we see. Whatever we see here. Let's try this again. Load arrival. RNAV 14. None. None. There we go. See, those that's the other side. I'm glad I looked that up. I was going to choose that one. That would have been wrong. Oh, wait, you can't see my mouse. I have my mouse turned off. We're not going to see heat cop. That was on the other side. We're going to do rel v. There we go. Now, what we're going to do is go back to our... Well, actually, that looks like it's going to work. Rel v, laps, hutex. Oh, that's going to work this time. Sometimes it sends you all over the world and back. So you just got to be careful after you've loaded this. So Woozy, okay, and then Relv, Laps, Hutex. That looks good to me. Let's hop over here to our map. What preset is that? 5. There we go. Okay, so if we zoom out, yeah, there we go. That's exactly right. Huh. That was easy. A lot of times that doesn't work that way, and you end up having a lot of challenges in terms of, yeah. Hutex, okay. Wow. Okay, good. Let's see. What do we do next? We need to go home? No, this is home. How do I get this nav thing back to CDI? I think I just pushed this. There we go. Skyview. That's what it is. Alright, Skyview. Let's turn that thing off. That's going to drive me crazy. Let's just mix them up. Oh, that's not mixed up at all. There we go. Now they're mixed up. Alrighty. Where are we? The nav is planned. Let's just keep that up like this. Actually, let's make sure the weather matches what's real life. There should be nothing going on the ground. Yeah, 1 knot on the ground. Yep. That's what it said too in real life. Alright, good. I do want to tune my ILS just in case. Let's go up here. ILS, what is it? ILS, oh geez, is 110.1. I think I can just type in 110.1 and then transfer it. There we go, 110.1. Just in case something happens and it gets foggy or something and we have to switch ILS. Now, people who've watched my other videos on this have been asking me, how do I get the airplane to step down and do an approach with GPS? And I have no idea. It just works. I've done it 3 times now, and 3 out of 3 times just doing the RNAV approach, the single step down, even though technically it doesn't have vertical navigation. It just follows like the localizer. So people have been questioning me, and I don't have an answer. I just know that 3 out of 3 times it's worked. But I do put the localizer in nav just in case. I have to switch over to the localizer, but I haven't had to switch over. So I really don't know. I don't have an answer. The publisher said that I'm doing everything correctly. There's no mystery or anything. So the forums, there's a discussion on the explained forums if you want to get more into that. But just in case anybody's wondering how I stepped down, I just let the computer do it. I'm really sorry. Map. We're going to make sure we have weather turned on. And we do. TCAS is turned on. It's in green along the left. What is next? Time to start the engine. So we're going to come over here and we're going to do start battery to on. And right engine start, which I think is here. And we just mouse wheel it, I think. Does that turn that engine on? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sure sounds like it's working to me. I hear it winding up pretty good here. Yep, fired up. Coming back, we'll let that stabilize a minute here. And then we'll do the left engine. Same thing. I'm just mouse wheeling this and letting go and letting it do itself. Because airplanes are different. Some airplanes you have to hold the mouse wheel. Some airplanes you just let go. Some you can't mouse wheel at all. They gotta click it. It just depends on the aircraft. And that one didn't start. See? Weird. Right engine start, left engine start. Then check gauges. That's all I have. See, that's happened before. Maybe I did it too soon. See, look at that. Why won't it start? This has happened before. I guess I can turn on the right generator and then try again. Let's go to off. See if anything changed down here. Okay. Now let's come back up and try again. All I did for the right engine, I just spun the wheel and it started. See, now it's starting. Maybe I have to let the right engine warm up first. I've never done that before, though. I've just gone right, left, boom, and just moved along with my life. Well, we'll let this stabilize then before I turn on the generator. Alright, looks good to me. Let's turn on the left generator now. And let's move along. Check engine gauges. Yes, I just did. That's how I determined they're okay. Left, right generator's on. Already did that. GPU disconnect. Where's our ground handling crew here to turn off the GPU? There we go. That's such a beautiful plane. If you want to do something modern and simple and small, I really recommend this plane. This is the Aerobask Eclipse 550NG payware version. I used to fly the freeware version back in the day, but I've been doing the payware version now, and it's been quite lovely. I'm adjusting my trim. The only way to do it with my mouse wheel, and it takes forever, so I'm just telling. But anyway, it's only modern aircraft I have. Everything else I fly is old school, which I like, but I wanted one modern aircraft, so I decided to try this out, and I'm glad I did. I like using the GTN 730 and 630 or whatever those things are. I get it wrong every time. 750 maybe? I can't remember. Alright, elevator trim is in the green. That takes forever. Alright, let's see here. Flaps to takeoff. Oh, we got a taxi now. Anti-ice. Wing and engines. Alright, window fog is loud. We'll turn on anyway. What the heck. If you don't turn it on, your windows will fog up sometimes. It's super awesome. I love it. Taxi lights now. There we go. Autopilot set up. Oh boy, it's been a long time since I've done autopilot in this. Let's see. We're gonna do nav, obviously. And altitude, we're gonna fly at, well, let's turn it down a bit. We're gonna fly at 166 nautical miles. We're gonna stay pretty low. We're only gonna do 18,000 on this one. We're gonna do 19,000 on this one. 19,000. Okay, oh, I have a note here. Okay, Alt, enter cruise, and then Alt change. Okay. Nav we're heading, okay. IAS 167. Oh, I actually wrote down what to do. Nice. Eventually I'll have that memorized. So let me just double check that. That's how you know, by the way. So do you see how my 167 above my speed is blue? That means autopilot is set to IAS. If we come down to the autopilot menu down here, we do pitch. See how IAS is in green at the bottom there? I apologize if my mouse isn't turned on for this recording, but at the bottom of that glass you see IAS in green. Now if it were vertical speed, then the 167 would be white, and you get the idea. So that's how you know what is going to be connected to autopilot, is what's in blue. It's quite nice. I figured that out on my own. So alright, let's see here. Now we're just going to taxi, I guess, because my next thing says enter runway. Where are we going? I was going to take off on... I was just going to go due east. So I guess that means we're just going to turn right and then turn around and take off on 9 right, I guess. Simple as that. Alright, let's go to taxi view, take off the parking brake. Ooh, I don't like that view. Let me fix that view here. Take off the parking brake and give this thing a lot of throttle. I think you need a lot of throttle to get going. Yeah, and then once you get going, you're fine. So let's see. I think we just turn here and then we'll turn around. And that should be 9 right in front of us, but we gotta get to the end of it, obviously. And we're literally just gonna take off. There's 1 knot wind. I really don't care about the direction we're gonna face here. Alright, after a long taxi, we're about to head off onto the runway. I keep forgetting how big this airport is. These taxis take such a long time, but that's okay. Taxiing is part of the fun too. And this runway is so wide, it feels like we're planted into the ground. Alright, here we go. 9 right as promised, and we seem like such a little plane. I guess this is a little plane, but... Alright, let's just stop right here. Like so, and parking brake is set. Alright, what do we do? Enter runway, confirm flaps, take off, landing lights. Do we have landing lights? We do. Landing lights, those can come off. Cabin override, which we'll do anyway just for good practice. Make sure all the shades are up. Whoa, what was that stall? Shades should all be up, so we're going to do all up. There we go. Heading bug. That would be so we don't screw up autopilot, but I'm not going to worry about it. Let's see. Start the timer. Oh yeah, the 650 has a timer. Utilities. Utilities. Flight timer. Direction up. And start. Direction down. Wait a second. Wait a second. Let's try that again. Direction is up already. There we go. Start the timer. We'll keep that running in the background. Alright, here we go. Rotate 91 knots. And that's what we're going to do. So we have brakes off and throttle's fully engaged. And boy, does that take a long time to respond. Anyway, let's just enjoy this airport while we can. Super fast. See, this is always a bad idea when I try to take off from outside. So we're not going to. I'm just going to look around a moment. And let's hop inside because this isn't going very well. Alright, we're 60, 70. Oh my gosh. Once you're off course, you're off course. 80, 91, rotate. There we go. Positive rate. Gear up, flaps up. I'm not going to engage autopilot yet. Unlike another flight that you will see where I engage autopilot halfway down the runway. Yeah, you'll know what I'm talking about when you see it. We're just going to cruise up here. Bring back throttles a little bit so we're out of the red. There we go. And once we hit 167, then I'll engage autopilot. We're just going to hand fly for a minute. There's 162, 63. Oh, this is beautiful. 64. Let's level off because we're on a GPS path. 66, 67, and fine. GPS is to the left. Sorry. All right, there we go. Let me get as much fuel in this as I can without being in the red. There we go. Alright. What does this say? Gear up, flaps up, autopilot engaged, yaw damper turned itself on. Climb 167 knots. At 10,000 we'll turn off landing lights. 18,000 we'll reset barometer. Adjust window fog is needed. That's already on. And once we're climbing a little bit, we will turn off the cabin override and let people put their shades on if they like, although I don't know why you'd want to miss the scenery. This is HD version 4 mesh, by the way. Oh, so pretty. We're in the clouds already. How nice is that? On a wonderful Friday the 13th, going to the Bahamas, escaping the snowstorms in Minnesota, although we didn't start from Minnesota, we started from Miami, but you get the idea. Let's hop outside before we lose sight of the city, and we already lost sight of the city because we're in the clouds. But that's okay. Let's take a screenshot of this while we're here. Take a couple screenshots, actually. Oh, there you go. That's a nice one. Coming out of the clouds while we were coming out of the clouds. How nice is that? Alright. So, if you know where we are leaving Miami. And we're about to head over the Atlantic Ocean. Oh, there's a nice one shot, too. With the interstate below us. Wow, this is just amazing. And my frame rates are finally up above the 22. I was having problems, but we're in the high 20s again, so that's nice. I'm just going to stare at this plane. This is awesome. And there's not much else to do right now. Nope, I'm just going to sit and enjoy it. I don't want to go to sightseeing yet, though. I've been jumping to sightseeing really soon lately. I just want to enjoy this with you. Oh, this is such a neat area. Look at that. And it's so beautiful to look at, this aircraft. Nice shot. Oh, I just love real-world weather. Nothing beats real-world weather turned on in the sim. Alright, let's see. Where are we at? Engines are all in the green still. We're at 6,000, so we're not going to worry about that. Flight timer 3 minutes. And we're on our way. Let's turn off the override now so people can turn the lights on if they want to. Then we'll head back here. It is a 3 p.m. flight, so the sun is pretty much overhead, so we don't really have to worry about shades too much. But let's do the rear right shade. Put that down. If you spin around, you should see it come down. There we go. Let's actually do the rear center too, so the kids can take a little rest. They're kind of crabby today, but that's okay. They'll all play on their iPads while the mom and I have a chit chat about life. It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be an hour plus to get out there. So, wow, let's look at the scenery. This is insane. Take a whole bunch of screenshots. I apologize that the sim stalls when I'm ready to take a screenshot, but that's just how it's going to be. Look at that. Heading out over the Atlantic, heading towards the Bahamas. Ooh, there's a nice shot, too. Look at that. Alright, we're coming up on 10 grand, so let's turn off the landing lights now, and let's see what we got. Only thing we need to do then, barometer at 18 grand. Otherwise, right now we're going to calculate our top of descent. Because we are 23 minutes from our first waypoint, then 17 more to the next, which will go down very quickly once we level off. So we have... Actually, this flight is an hour? It's going to be less than half an hour. What's going on? Alright, so we need to figure out where we need to be at what altitude at REL when we approach. So we want to do the R14 RNAV, and let's see, we want to be at 2,000 at REL. Okay, so let's see, simple as that. 2,000 at REL, and that's 20-30 minutes, but that's going to come down, so we're doing 19,000 feet, and then we'll come straight down again right after that. So once we level off and we pick up speed, that's when we'll calculate our top of descent based on how quickly we're burning through these minutes here. Alright, we're about to come up on 18,000 feet, and when we do, we will hop up and hit push to get standard on the barometer. There we go. I was going to mess it up again because that was quite a jump. So anyway, when we get to 19,000, we'll level off, and we'll watch those times go down quickly, and then I'll calculate top of descent, because I said we want to be at 2,000 by Relv, and we will be at 19,000, so that means we have to come down 17,000 feet. Now, just so you know, this GTN in this aircraft is built in, does not have a vertical descent calculator. Alright, we're going to come down already, because if we have to come down 17,000 feet, and I want to come down 1,000 feet per minute, that'd be 17 minutes. We only have 10, so we have not quite, or a little more than half that. So we're going to come down to 1,500 feet per minute. So now we have to come down here, and we need to do vertical speed. Is it here? 1,700. Let's do 1,700 minus. Hit enter. And we want to change this to 2,000. Hit enter. We're going to come up here. Whoop. Nope, we're going to come up to autopilot, do alt change. And we'll come down, but we have to bring back throttle. If you don't bring back throttle, it won't do that 1,700. It'll just do what it can do without overspeeding. So if I kept throttles completely engaged, for example, it wouldn't come down that at all. It would just kind of come down a little bit. So we need to come down 17,000 feet. 1,700 in 10 minutes. There we go. We'll see how this works. But we're already coming down, so we probably only needed to hit like 16,000 cruise, but whatever. So what do we need to do? We need to reset our barometer at 18,000, which it is, and I don't think the other airport is going to be on the map yet, so I don't think we can get our destination. Maybe we can. Nope, we can't get our destination barometer, so let's just go back to 300, what was it, 300 something, 3008 I think. Let's just do that for now until we get our destination barometer. So there's that, and then what else? Landing lights at 10 grand. Shades will be up in a minute. Override switch will be up in a minute. Too early for that. Flaps at 200. Gear down. Okay, so we're just gonna book along as quickly as we can without overspeeding. I'm adjusting my throttles gently here. We're just gonna come down at the steep decline, have one more look outside, and that's pretty nice. We weren't up in the sky nearly as long as I thought we would be, but that's okay. Quick flight. Kids are already getting antsy. Ooh, look at the sun reflecting off the water down there. That's awesome. And whoa, we're kind of shaking around a little bit. What's going on? That was weird. We like wobbled left and right a little bit. Huh. Oh, looks like the weather changed on us. That's awesome. Cool. Well, weather is super fun. I like having nice weather to look at. And those clouds look fantastic. I love the overcast layer with the new SkyMaxx Pro. Well, it's not new anymore, but 4.6. And my frame rates are super high, even with all this cloud cover. Oh my gosh, we're like in the 30s or something. Oh, this is awesome. Alrighty, well, enough looking out the window, although I could do that all day. We have to get to our airplane. So, what are we doing here? 10 minutes still till Relv. And we're at 14,000. We got to get down to 2,000. So we got 12,000 left to go. 1,600. We will be able to soften our descent a little bit in a moment because we are going really fast. We're doing 275. Which we probably should start slowing down because 250 is the speed limit at 10 grand. And it does take a long time to slow this thing down. So let's start gradually slowing down so we're prepared for the speed limit here. Alright, I hit 250 a little early, but that's okay. No harm in that. We'll just keep it about this here and then we'll get ready to turn on our landing lights. I guess we can just turn the landing lights on now. Landing lights like so. Oh, it got can't see anything. You saw those clouds below us, but that was like way below us. We're at almost 12 grand. What happened to the lights? The clouds. I turned on the lights. What happened to the clouds? We're in the clouds. This is scary. Well, it's a good thing we're IFR. My goodness, that's pretty crazy. So anyway, what do we got here for? We got 12 minutes. I went up a little bit because I slowed way down, which is fine. So 12 minutes and 8,000 to go, 9,000 to go. So we can definitely soften our descent now. So if you go, let's see, if you come down here and you go autopilot, you can actually do up, I think, nose up. There we go. So 12 minutes, 8,000 to go. Let's do about 1,400. We'll keep an eye on that. There's 10,000, landing lights already on. Too early for flaps, too early for gear. Give a little bit more throttle to bump that 250 speed. Actually, I could have IAS hold at 250 and just use my throttle to control descent rate. Yeah, let's do that. I've never done that before. Let's type in 250, like so. Then do IAS hold. And now I'll just use my throttle to control descent. Then I can make constant adjustments without typing things in. I've never done that before. Alrighty, so let's see. We've got 12 minutes to go, and we've got 8,000 feet. So that's a little steeper than 1,000 feet per minute, so we'll keep it. Actually, it's steeper than 1,200 too. Let's actually do like 1,400 with the throttles. Whoop, too much. I'm using my throttle to control the vertical speed, and it's very tricky. Oh my gosh, I'm barely tapping this back and forth. Well, we'll just play with that a lit's bit. And let's come over here. Not much else to say. We're just going to hang out until we gotta line up for our approach, I guess. Alright, we decided the kids are getting kind of scared, but we have to have the shades up because if we crash or something happens, we need to have the shades up and the lights off so we can get out and our eyes are adjusted. So there we go. We're just gonna hang out here now. And what just happened? We lost everything. Battery, and we're turning. And uh-oh, we're turning because see the shadows? And I can't go left. I can only go right. If I turn right, see the shadow move? If I go left, nothing changes. What is going on here? This isn't good. Oh dear. Oh dear. Are we spinning? Are we stalling? I can't see what's going on. I cannot see what is going on. I see water. And I pull up. Okay, there we go. Pull up, pull up. We're just going to coast. I can't go left. I can only go right. See this? My yoke is all the way left. I can go back and forth. I have elevator. I'm going all the way left. Nothing's happening. If I go right, it actually works. But I can't go left at all. Elevator works. I saw water. Now I don't see water. This is very scary. I knew this was going to happen. I knew I shouldn't have flown today. It's Friday the 13th. And we're in the triangle. Maybe what they say about the triangle is true. I've never had failures in the sim before, ever. In years, and there's water.